Hey guys, welcome back to another transfer roundup video. We've got a lot to get through today, so we're going to get started right now and talk about Chelsea. So Chelsea are involved in a lot of deals every single season. They've been a little bit quiet. They've managed to get themselves Jorginho, but actually at the moment they're very focused on 3 different deals. So it seems like Courtois at the moment is going to be joining Madrid. He pretty much forced himself through in this deal. He's out in Madrid despite saying he would return to training apparently, and thoughts are that he's doing his medical as we speak, as I'm making this video. And if this goes through, if Courtois does go to Madrid, which is looking very likely, they will be signing Kepa Arrizabalaga from Atletico Bilbao. They have paid his 80 million release clause, 80 million euros that is. It's a lot of money for a young goalkeeper that hasn't played in the Premier League before. However, replacing Courtois is not easy. You've got to spend the money, and it seems like Kepa is their preferred target. Now, also at Chelsea, they are looking to bring in Kovacic on loan from Real Madrid. That would be an incredible signing. Real Madrid looking to potentially loan Kovacic out because he cannot get into that first team regularly enough, and he's not happy about that. However, this deal is dependent on Bakayoko potentially going on loan to AC Milan. So should Bakayoko actually get that move done over to Milan for the season-long loan, they will then replace him effectively with Kovacic, however you want to say his name. So that's Chelsea at the moment. Just to round it up, Courtois leaving, Kepa joining, Kovacic joining on loan, Bakayoko leaving on loan, and that should conclude Chelsea's business. And let's just think about their midfield for a second. They would then have Jorginho, Kante and Kovacic. Whoo, that is tasty. Now let's have a quick chat about Arsenal, because we have a lot of business still to complete, more so selling players than bringing players in. So confirmed yesterday, Chambers is now going on loan to Fulham for the season. I think that's a good move for Chambers. However, what does that mean for Arsenal? Does that mean that we're still looking in the market to replace him for the season at least, or sign another defensive option? I'm not too sure. One player that we have been linked with though is Ricardo Rodriguez of AC Milan. Plays left back predominantly throughout his career, but can play at centre back and also can play in midfield. But doesn't seem like we're going to be getting him. He's been linked with PSG as well, and it would cost upwards of 30 million euros to sign him, which is a lot of money. And apparently he doesn't actually want to leave. He's excited by the stuff going on at AC Milan and would prefer to stay. Other rumours going on right now, Lucas Perez could be on his way out to West Ham for just £4 million. And just to put this into perspective, his market value right now is valued at 8 million, which I'm not sure I agree with. He is still a great player, and actually I'm sad that we're even potentially letting him go here, but for 4 million, you've got to be kidding me. Perez is worth more than 4 million, that's for sure. And if West Ham get this deal done, that is incredible business by them. We also have another striker, or just attacker, I guess you could say, that's going to be sold. Apparently Welbeck is in talks with Southampton and is happy to move down to Southampton. I think that would also be a very good move, but losing Perez and Welbeck, I'm not so sure that that's a good idea. But hey, it's Unai Emery's decision, I guess, and the club's decision if we feel like we don't need them. We also have 2 other players that we are looking to shift. We have Ospina and Campbell as well, both looking to leave the club in the next few days. I don't know if they're going to or not, although we are still potentially looking at bringing in a few defensive options if they should arise. I've looked around online. There are some names still out there. Soyuncu is one of them, the young Turkish player. Boateng, although I very much doubt we're gonna pay 50 to 60 million euros to bring in Boateng. So who knows what's happening, but Arsenal will be busy in the next 48 hours, that's for sure. So talking of Boateng, he has been linked with Manchester United heavily over the last few days. Apparently Mourinho has been in contact with Boateng himself and Bayern Munich, and they really would like him. He's on a list apparently of 8 defenders that he would like to bring in. However, apparently Boateng has called back or got back in contact with Mourinho saying that he doesn't want to join United this summer, so the deal is off. Does that mean he could be going to PSG though? Boateng apparently is a high priority target for PSG, and for 50 to 60 million euros, easily affordable, and it wouldn't surprise me if this deal does actually happen. Otherwise, I think he'll probably end up just staying with Bayern. Talking of United as well, though, if they're not getting Boateng, one of the other targets they're looking at is Alderweireld from Tottenham, who apparently really wants to move up there to play with Mourinho and play at Old Trafford. And also, of course, Maguire, who had a very good World Cup and a very good season with Leicester. And apparently Maguire himself has said that he would absolutely love to go and play for Manchester United and would like to get the deal done before the end of this window. Reports are that they've bid 60 million and that was turned down by Leicester. They do not want to sell him. They've got some very, very rich owners and they really do not need to sell him. So who knows where this is going to go. But from what I've seen in the past, if a player really wants to leave, he will say to the club, look, I'm just not interested. I don't want to play here. I want to move. Please transfer me. It will just happen. And I think that what will happen, though, is they will have to pay a lot more money, more than his value, that's for sure, because he does have 4 years left on his contract with Leicester. So I think we're looking at 70 million, maybe even more, to get him to sign for Manchester United. But it would be a very good transfer, just a lot of money, which actually I don't think is worth it. I don't think Maguire's that good, but maybe would prove his worth over the next few seasons. We've then got another confirmed deal. Bournemouth have spent 25 million on Lerma, the Colombian. 25 million, they mean business, don't they? Bournemouth spending a record fee to bring him in to solidify their midfield, and I'm sure he will come good for them. Because 25 million, it doesn't sound like much in today's market, if I'm honest. And he's a young player with great potential. And actually, I believe he will end up at an even bigger club at some point in his career. We've also got Adama moving to Wolves, confirmed. £18 million from Middlesbrough. And this was a deal that's been kind of talked about for a good week or two now, and it took a while to get done, but Adama is now a Wolves player. I cannot wait to see him in the Premier League next season. I think that's actually one of the more exciting deals that have gone through over the last few days. We've also got Axel Witsel joining Dortmund for 18 million. Also had a very good World Cup, and of course has been playing over in China, which is a bit of a shame, bit of a wasted talent if you ask me. All of these great players that have gone to China over the last few years, it does seem like they go there for the paycheck for a couple of years and then they come back. So Witsel to Dortmund for less than 20 million. I think that is actually one of the bargains of the transfer window. I'm surprised not many more clubs were maybe trying to get him. Or maybe they were. Maybe he just really wanted to play for Dortmund. So they've gone ahead and signed him up. We've also got Joe Hart. Now, Joe Hart, it's a bit of a weird one, this. Of course, he was really favourable at Man City when they were winning the league a couple of seasons ago. Pep Guardiola, not a fan, doesn't think Hart is good enough with the ball at his feet. He makes a lot of errors that lead to goals. He was, of course, loaned out to Italy. He's come back and played for West Ham for a season, which just did not go to plan. So they've sold him, and Burnley have picked him up for £3.5 million. Now, for that kind of money, you'd be mad not to. He's got experience, he's English, Burnley love an English player, we know that. And actually their next signing I'm going to talk about, Ben Gibson, has also joined. 15 million from Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough making a lot of money on Adama Traore and Gibson. So Burnley signing two great English players there for less than 20 million. Very good business by Burnley. Of course, have a very tough season coming up. They've got to try and replicate what they did last year, which was pretty incredible, wasn't it? So good luck to Burnley, some very good signings there. And the last thing I want to talk about in this episode is Bernard, the free agent who is going to be leaving Shakhtar. And he has been linked with so many clubs in the Premier League, but it does seem like it's going to be Everton that will be getting him on a free transfer. Now, Everton, of course, spent big money on Richarlison recently. Do they actually need Bernard, who plays in a very similar position? Or is he going to be playing behind the striker, as he has done a few times throughout his career? I don't know. They'll be paying a lot of wages for him. I'm sure there'll be massive competition from many different Premier League clubs to try and get his signature, but it does seem like Everton have won the race and Bernard will be signing for free. So that is going to wrap up today's Transfer Roundup video. A little bit different to usual. Hopefully you enjoy this format more than the other format. It means I get a lot more done. It's interesting seeing as the window is finishing earlier this season and we've only got 2 days left. Not even that really. The next 48 hours though are going to be incredibly busy and I will probably be uploading a few episodes of this to keep you guys updated. I do get a lot of my information from a fantastic website. I wanted to give them a shout out. It's completely not paid or anything like that. It's not sponsored. Transfermarkt.co.uk without an E in the market. It's a brilliant website. They've got all the rumours, all the latest transfers up there so you can go ahead and check it out yourself. I do also do a lot of research, checking other websites and reading up on things, not just one website. Most of these rumours that I've talked about, though, have come true, so hopefully that's going to continue so I can bring you reliable rumours. So thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you leave a like on this video, make sure you subscribe as well, and I will see you next time.